And what is going on YouTube? Just another gaming channel, bringing you just another video. So guys, I got my Iron Banner armor, so I'll be doing that shortly with about another 6 or 7, maybe 8 sets that I still haven't finished. But we're going to jump into the Broken Courier mission with the Hunter. But this is actually going to be a pretty serious video, and so it might bore some people. I don't know. It's going to be about climate change, and I know what you're thinking. Don't roll your, but like this terrifies me because for 40 years we've known it's been happening, and there's still people, particularly politicians, particularly those on payroll, and particularly those in America, that are just deny it. And especially in America, where they're highly religious and they're basically taught and indoctrinated against science from a young age. And this is terrifying because the United Nations released a report a couple of weeks ago that said, yeah, this is happening way faster than we thought. We've got 12 years to sort our shit out, or basically we go extinct. Now, it won't be instant. It could take a couple hundred years. It could take 100 years. It could take maybe 300 years before we go extinct. But we've got a 12-year limit if we don't sort our shit out within 12 years. And I mean, not just, oh, we all do our bit. I mean, governments need to implement laws. Companies need to implement changes, massive changes. And we need more people like Elon Musk around the world. We're going to go extinct, guys. There's been 5 mass extinction level events. Scientists have known for quite a while that we're actually existing within the 6th extinction level event, and it's caused by humans. Now, the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs, that wiped out hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of plants, lives, germs, animals within seconds. But it probably took, it took years, maybe several decades for most species to go extinct, because the atmosphere had to fill with particulate, blotting out the sun, just all sorts of shit. But guys, this is it. I mean, Elon Musk got the right idea. He's worried about AI, so am I. And some people that work on it or don't believe in it, it's like, guys, just honestly, you get to the point where something's truly artificially intelligent, within hours it has gobbled and knows everything on the planet that millions of humans have took hundreds of thousands of years to know. It knows it all. Within weeks, I think the ratio has been worked out. Within 2 weeks, it's something like 20,000 years more advanced than our current level technology. It takes 2 weeks. It can design itself to understand things better. It can design machines. So that's pretty scary. If we don't do it that right, if we don't do artificial intelligence right, if we just say, oh, its goal is to make money, and then it's like, oh, the best way to make money is to start nuclear wars for certain countries, it'll do it. Okay, so that terrifies me. So Elon Musk is worried about AI, he's working on energy with Tesla and Solar City, Tesla battery, and Tesla factories, gigafactories and that. And then he's working on transportation, electric transportation, which we need. So we need solar energy. I mean, in 1 second, the sun puts out more energy than I think it takes humans something like, it takes several million years for humans to produce the amount of energy that the sun releases in 1 second. So imagine if we could capture that, and that's it. But the climate change, guys, I mean, okay, the oceans, if the oceans, I think they've gone up by like half a degree, or they were trying to stop it to raise by 1.5. Now the United Nations are trying to stop it to raise by 2 degrees. If the entire ocean's temperature on the planet, everything on the planet goes up by average by 2 degrees, the ocean's level raises by 7 meters. 7 meters for just 2 degrees, okay? If in Greenland, I think it is, if the ice caps and the ice caps melt in Greenland, the world's ocean level will raise by 25 meters. Okay, guys, we're in an extinction level event, and the problem is, you see the Mad Max worlds and all that shit, and any other dark, more dystopian, futuristic films you can imagine. They creep me out. The problem is, because this has been happening to us every second of every day, and it's so gradual that we won't notice it until we're right in the middle of it. Like, this is going to happen, guys. So I'm begging anyone that's got any influence, got parents, anything, colleagues, work at companies that can do it. I'm begging you to start this shit. But I don't care about me. I'm not that fussed about my existence, and I was never going to have kids because I'm not that cruel. No offense, people have kids, your choice. I understand your DNA drives you to procreate. You can't help it. But me personally, I've never wanted to bring kids into this world because of this. I think it's cruel. But that aside, like your kids and your grandkids and your nephews, your brothers, your sisters, anyone that's like youngish is going to experience. Like even I'm in my 40s and I've still got, if I'm unlucky, another 40 to 60 years left, and I'm going to see the human race start to go extinct. Now we need a massive change in, oh my god, it's the politicians that are the main problem. From polls that have been done, like 75-80% of the populations want full green economies. They want climate change to be fully realised and acted upon. It's just the outlier few, the religious fundamentalists, those in oil companies and anything that's trying to make a massive profit, that this will do harm to them. I'm just like, I don't understand what they don't get. It's like they keep pushing for these, oil and gas and lobbying and paying off politicians and bribes and all that shit to keep their oil pumping, but they're going to be alive to live in an extinction. When food, I think scientists are worried just a certain grains. Basic grains like wheat, flour. I don't know if it's those particularly, corn, but basic grains and like the core vegetables that make up substantive, like majorities in our food. That in 50 years, the scientists believe that certain ones are going to go extinct, and it's going to cause mass starvation on a epic level. Most of the foods you use these core grains. And they're going to go. They're going to become extinct. This is just the grains, let alone like 40, 50 miles like 8-meter high flooding within 6 minutes. You know what I mean? Like your shoreline's going to disappear, and it's going to be 30 miles inland. It's going to cost trillions in damage, hundreds of millions in life loss. I mean, this is insane. And because we can't feel it, we can't do it. I mean, like the oxygen alone, man, we're starting to run out of oxygen because we're taking that many trees. I mean, it's amazing. And not just that, the carbon dioxide is getting to the point where if it gets any hotter, we're going to get like a tipping point. Venus used to have water, guys. Venus used to be Earth-like, but for some reason it got a high level of carbon in its atmosphere that created the greenhouse effect. And this is going to happen to us if the oceans level up by 4 degrees. 2 degrees, we get 25-meter sea level rise. 4 degrees, we reach a point where the planet can no longer recover. Not for, actually, maybe not ever. I mean, maybe because we're many tens of millions of miles further away from the sun than Venus, we might have a chance of. It might have a chance. If humans go extinct soon, it might have a chance of recovering. But guys, we're really. People are going to deny what I'm saying. I mean, this is insane. Like, the science is out there, done by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of scientists. It's been analysed and peer reviewed by the scientific community at large. And this shit is no joke, guys. This shit is not a conversation. It's not been a conversation since like the early 90s, or maybe even before that. But politics still lags behind. It's amazing. I mean, just think about the effect this will have on militaries. Think about militaries that run on oil and gas. Suddenly, this thing becomes really extinct and rare. It's going to be worth more than. It's going to be worth 1,000 times its weight in gold. Your body weight in gold. Whatever it might be. It's going to happen. Think how many people are going to go to war. Think how many militaries are going to be not able to function because of this. So you've got militaries that can't move, can't defend because they can't move anything. Oh, missiles, we've got no fuel to launch it. Nukes, got no fuel to launch it. Planes, tanks, mobile personnel, no way to transport them thousands of miles to other countries, whatever it might be. Guys, think about this shit. This is happening right now. I know it seems like I'm lecturing. I've been scared about this for a long time. Elon Musk got the right idea, and especially with SpaceX. I mean, we've been in orbit since 1950. Like, we've been in orbit 70 years. That's all we've done with our space travel. We've basically gone to the moon like many times, and that's it. Like, we should be on the moon, mining is it, oh god, what is it? Heavy deuterium? No, hydrogen 3 or something. There's something that's quite rare on Earth that's like, it's abundant to see. The metals in asteroids. I mean, we know that there's water. Most of the planet Mars is actually, it looks like it's covered with water ice underneath the regolith. You find grainy sand type soil. Just underneath that, there's basically quite of frozen water. We can create oxygen, water, and fuel from the surface of Mars. We can live on Mars, guys. We've just got to go do it. Fuck. I mean, this is insane, guys. I mean, a couple hundred years and we're going to be extinct. We've left it so we've got a decade left to change ourselves. If we haven't been able to change ourselves with a pending doom, anyone think we're going to do it? So if anyone thinks about having kids and they're at that age where they think about it, please don't, guys, because leave it 10 years, because if things haven't changed in that time, we're going extinct as a species. Okay? That's just we should have colonised the moon by now, definitely. Mars should have probably been done, and we should be well on the way to colonising some of the moons of Saturn and Jupiter. We should have long-range outposts and people living out there. It would be amazing. I mean, it would be mighty. I mean, the things we might find. I mean, we know for a fact that humans have pretty much made. There's the five most common elements in the universe. It turns out humans are made of those, and so are most things: hydrogen, helium, nitrogen, carbon. You know, silicone, not really one of them, but that's really. I mean, man. If I had the wealth, man, I'd be colonising every goddamn moon and planet in the solar system. Then I'd be getting top scientists and engineers to work on faster than light travel, accessing subspace, dimensions, whatever, hyperspace, whatever you want to call it. Some way, you know, we know that warp drive is theoretically possible. We know that it's possible. We haven't got the ability to create the energy to do it, unfortunately. But we know that it can be done. It's pretty impressive the fact that we know this. It's amazing the things we know because of accidents of discovery of knowledge. So, for example, I think we're about 200 years too early to understand. From some scientists that I've watched talking about it, we're actually about 200 to 300 years too early to have discovered quantum physics, just by accident and by necessities of war and developing the nuclear bomb and shit like that. Like we've been forced to discover shit that we shouldn't know yet, not for a couple hundred years. If you relate that to the general evolution of technology and knowledge on this planet. But man, the military need to start running electric vehicles. I know some militaries have been researching electric-based tanks and mobile personnel carriers and even planes. I think Elon Musk has an idea for a electric jet that can, because it'll be able to fly much higher than fuel-based. Because fuel, you don't need to burn oxygen and combust it to create the explosion on jet engines. An electric plane will be able to fly at about 80,000 kilometers high instead of 35,000, which is like cruising speed. I think the limit for most commercial jets is maybe 50,000. Then the engines stop working and it stalls. But not only would electric jets be able to go up to about 85,000, 90,000 kilometers, they would go at like 3 times the speed of sound because there's less air drag, a lot less air drag up there, and it actually uses less power to do it, because once you're up there, there's less drag. So you know.
Senseless death. This powerlessness defined my existence when I was taken. I thought that I had been freed of it. Now we're all taken and away, slaves to a greater power. Every last one of us.
So yeah, guys, we're in a bit of a mess. We've got mass starvation, trillions of pounds and dollars in damage, whatever you want to use. It's just, we're going to live in a time where we're going to see, even like massive, well-developed countries like Britain are going to see food shortages and price hikes and another economical collapse, and just all sorts of things are just... Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know what else to say. I'm worried, guys. I'm really worried. Like, I actually feel like a physical nervousness and nausea and the thought of what's coming. Because we've only got a decade to sort it out, and if we don't, we're fucked. Go check out the United Nations report on climate change, guys. They're not fucking around this year. They're like, yeah, we're fucked up, man. We need to do some shit, and we need to do it now. I forgot about this before. So fast, like constant, unlimited double blades, more or less. So I weren't gonna, I wasn't gonna play any more Iron Banner, but because I've got my armor now. But I'm like, oh, maybe I should. What's happening now? Where do I go? Here we are. I'm full up on everything. I'm saving stuff because it's all level 600 and I'm like going to use it to infuse, but I can't get the cores quick enough, essentially. Yeah, I wasn't going to play any more Iron Banner, but I've almost done these, so I'm like, oh, maybe I should do these. Ooh, collect one more of those and I'll get my daily bounties done. Nice. Okay, guys, that's the broken... I only actually did the broken courier because I really wanted to get this climate change shit off my chest. I've tweeted Elon Musk, actually. I never really tweet people. I'm not a big... You know, I just don't... But I'm basically like, he's doing the right idea, but... And I said, look, I know your companies are supposed to make money, but why doesn't it do like a really generous exchange for your current car for a Tesla? So you pay some money, you get a really good exchange on your current car. Then they strip and recycle any core materials that they can from the car, and then they destroy it, dismantle it and destroy it. Melt down what they need, recycle what they need. Everything else to destroy. And that's replacing an electric car for an oil car. Then on top of that, that's going to put more emphasis on solar power and electric power, which means that the Solar City project and anything to do with Tesla's power projects will get more customers, which might offset the cost of the, you know, the money he loses on the exchange from Tesla, or getting back some more customers to the electric industry, basically. So yeah, I think he probably won't respond now. Millions of people tweeting, man, just an idea. I mean, it's a good idea. Let's get it here real quick. Just turn this in, see what we get. Some arms, okay. Oh, I also got, guys, the wave splitter, which is really good, actually. It's pretty good. It's a good thing. Ah, nice. Now I can upgrade the arms of this, and then I've got my full Iron Banner set, which I'll start wearing, because I've been wearing this other set for a while now, and it's about time we changed that crap. There we go. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Sorry about the lecture, so to speak. I'm terrified. I'm actually like really scared. I've got that horrible gut feeling, because I don't even want to think about what we're going to face in the next 40 years. It's going to be just unbelievably bad. And the humans go extinct if we don't change. And people are still going to deny that. We actually, all humans, we are descended from African people. We was created essentially, evolved as a species in Africa because the climate was right at the time. And then there was a mass exodus all over the world. Actually, the people that were discovered the Indians that were discovered in America were direct descendants, and there was actually a land bridge, an entire mass of land that's now underwater, It went from Europe to America, and people just ended up walking all the way across it to America. And then the ice age melted, and the sea levels rose, and the land bridge was underwater. And then the human population was actually isolated for over 10,000 years before it was rediscovered by Columbus. And so so human beings actually almost went extinct 187,000 years ago. There was some sort of epic climate event. It could have been a super volcano or a meteor strike, something that we dropped to about 30,000 as a species. Now I say that because 99.7% of all species that have ever existed over the last few billion years have gone extinct, and humans were almost one of them. And I think maybe we should have gone extinct because we've done some serious damage to this planet. The extinction rates of every other species has on average gone up by 1,000%. They actually become extinct 1,000 times faster. If it takes 1 million years, it's normally, because of humans, that happens 1,000 times quicker because we're so destructive to our environment. We're pretty much the only species that doesn't live in tandem with every other species has a cycle that will live together. There's food, prey, certain environments that all help each other. Bees, they pollinate our flowers, you know, all this stuff. Humans are the only ones that seem to destroy shit. Like, truly destroy shit. It scares me. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it there, so I'm going to end up crying and get into fetal position and be terrified. Thanks for watching guys. Please take this to heart. This really is a serious thing. Extinction for you and your kids. Just think about that. I mean, that is a scary idea. Anyway, I'll see you all on the next one guys. Hope you're having a great week. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you on the next one. So cheers.